Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. Could we possibly be seeing 2K25 at the Game Awards? Perhaps. Let's get into it. So, over on the pwinsider.com, they posted this update for the 2K25 video game, and it says the 2K has been filming the commercial for the forthcoming WWE 2K25 video game over the last several days. pwinsider.com has confirmed. It goes on to say they are told filming is finishing up today in Florida, and this was posted yesterday, 12/11/2024. We have not confirmed which talents were involved, but given the current direction, their prediction would be the Bloodline. And that would make a lot of sense, but would it be the OG Bloodline or the new Bloodline with Solo? They're probably going to go with Roman because he's probably the most recognizable wrestler in the world right now. I would hope that they have like a CM Punk version. What's really cool is now they're doing like different versions and different covers for each year's game, and I think that's awesome because then it becomes like a collectible. Obviously, if you buy it physically, like I'm not going to buy like 3 different physical copies of the game, even though I did buy the game on Steam, Xbox, and the PlayStation. I mainly bought it on the Xbox to play with other YouTubers that didn't work out. But I play mostly on PlayStation, and I bought it on the Steam Deck, or on Steam, so I could play on the Steam Deck, and it actually worked pretty good. So I'm curious how next year's is going to be. Anyway, so what does this have to do with the Game Awards? Well, depending on how long it takes to edit it, they could have like a little snippet, a sneak peek, or some sort of trailer or information for 2K25, since 2K24 has been nominated for Best Sports Game of 2024. That's huge for the 2K series. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, it's just a sports game. Sports games aren't, whatever. But for WWE, for a wrestling game to make it into that category or any category, that's pretty big. That's huge. So maybe they're like, let's not waste this opportunity. Let's get 2K25 in front of as many eyeballs as possible that maybe have lapsed from old wrestling games back in the day. I know most casuals aren't going to watch the Game Awards, but you never know. There might be people who are like, what, know nothing about wrestling games, and they have this cool trailer like, oh, I know who John Cena is, or I know who this is. I'm going to go check that out when it launches next year. You never know. The more publicity, the better. And then they can hit January, hit the ground running with ad campaigns, little sneak peeks, all that stuff. Kind of like they do every year, where it builds up to March, and we start getting the meat and potatoes of the the games, all the in and outs of the new game that's going to come out, assuming it's going to launch in March again. But I don't know. I feel like, why not? Like, have like a behind the scenes thing, or have a snippet or something of this new trailer that they just finished, they just wrapped up. Have them talk about it, like, and have it like a build up the trailer date even. Because people are excited for 2K25. Even though we all complain about the 2K series, it is literally the only wrestling game in town every year. Hopefully Ultra Pro Wrestling, the Wrestling Code, and Neckbreakers does really good to really have some competition out there. Because if those all flop, then all we got is 2K. That's it. That's all we got. And 2K pretty much ran, well, not 2K, but the WWE games pretty much ran out all the competition years ago, and we haven't had any other wrestling games since. Like, the WWE games have so much to do in them, and the creation suite is so good that, like, if they don't have a huge budget like the 2K games, well, no other game can really compete. The only ones that seem like they're going to come close is Ultra Pro Wrestling and the Wrestling Code. We don't know enough about Neckbreakers, so I'm not going to throw that in there, but it does look cool. But Creation Suite is it's like one of the most important things to put in any wrestling game. That's why it blew my mind that AEW Fight Forever had such a terrible character creator, when it's such like like a no-brainer feature to have in the game. That's over mini games. That's over stupid battle royale. Create mode. Create mode. Create mode. That's like one of the number one things that people do in these wrestling games that make them last so long. But that's a topic for another day. Anyway, so I know other people have been reporting on this. It had me thinking that we were going to see something at the Game Awards. I think that is a definite possibility, but obviously the history of the franchise has never been shown at the Game Awards. The Game Awards was going on for, 10 years now? As far as I know, I don't think they've ever showed a wrestling game there. They always save it for, the Rumble. And the Rumble, I believe, is it next month? Man, that's coming up quick. I wonder who's going to win next year's Rumble. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about in this video, before I ramble on any further, is who's going to be the cover star. Could it be the Bloodline on, let's say, the Deluxe or Collector's Edition or Icon Edition or whatever the hell they call it now? Or is it just going to be one person, like they did with 2K23, where it was basically John Cena, and 2K22, which was Rey Mysterio? I kind of like what they did last year with 2K24, or should I say this year, where it was Cody Rhodes on the Standard, Bianca and Rhea on the Deluxe, and then the 40 Years one with all that cool picture of all the old wrestlers, like the sum up of the 40 years of wrestling on the big $120 edition. I thought that was awesome. So for me, I think we should have the standard edition be the Bloodline. I take that back. The standard edition should be CM Punk. I think that'd be really, really cool. CM Punk standard edition. The last time he was on the cover, I think was it WWE 13? I want to say 2K, but that was before 2K. So WWE 13 was the last time that, it was 12 or 13, I can't remember, where CM Punk was on it. And then for the Deluxe Edition, they could have Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, the two current champions, or they could pick somebody else, whoever they want. Rhea Ripley, I think, is the biggest star of the women's division. They could have Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan. I think they're going to have Liv Morgan on one version of the game. Like, if they do the split female cover star thing again, that would be pretty cool. And then for the Ultimate Edition, or the Icon Edition, or the 40 Years Edition, I think the Bloodline should be on that edition, because the Bloodline represents, this is wrestling, or they have a huge history, I guess is what I'm trying to say. What would be the best thing that they could possibly do is all three versions are the Undertaker, because the Undertaker deserves his flowers, and he is heavily shown in the showcase mode, because a full showcase of a bunch of his matches throughout his entire career, not just his WrestleMania ones, but other ones as well, that would be really, really cool. I think Undertaker really needs to be on the cover eventually. I feel like now would be a perfect time, 2K25. Really celebrate The Undertaker's history. I think everybody knows who The Undertaker is. But I don't know. I feel like maybe The Undertaker should be the expensive edition if they're going to do the different superstar covers. But if they're only going to pick one superstar, it should either be CM Punk or The Undertaker, in my opinion, because they make the most sense. CM Punk coming back after 10 years is absolutely huge, and if CM Punk is on the cover, it would be hilarious and a big middle finger to AEW. I think that'd be really funny. Obviously, Undertaker, because of his history, probably one of the best to ever do it. Who do you think should be on the cover? How do you feel about this? Do you think 2K will be shown at the Game Awards? Sound off in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay frothed.